In this video, we are going to look at how to calculate consumer surplus, producer surplus, and total surplus. So let's start with a demand curve. Okay, so that's our demand curve right there. Let's draw our demand curve. Let's call it this demand curve D. Okay, so let's say the price is 2. I mean, you can think of this demand curve as demand curve for anything. Let's say this is demand for apples. Okay, demand for apples. All right, so for this consumer at a price of 2, the consumer buys 10. Okay, so what if you look at this demand curve? What is the total benefit of buying apple? Right, buying 10 apples, paying $2. So the total benefit of buying apple is this area under the demand curve right here up to the quantity. Okay, so this area that I have circled, sorry, I have highlighted with blue. Okay, so this entire region is the benefit of buying the 10 apples. Okay, but we know that the consumer pays $2 times 10, right? So the consumer pays $20 to consume this apple. So that means that this is a cost. Okay, so this is a cost. This is basically 2 times 10. This is how much it costs you to purchase the 10 apples. If this is a total benefit, right, the area shaded right here, this entire area, and then you pay this section of the benefit. So this is what remains. Now, what remains, this is what we call the consumer surplus. Okay, so this consumer surplus is just basically how much you value the good minus how much you pay for it. Okay, so we can calculate this. This is an area of a triangle. Okay, so let's say the price up here is 3. Okay, let's call this y-axis P. Let's call the x-axis Q. Okay, so we can calculate consumer surplus. Okay, so the consumer surplus is this area of this area of this triangle right here. Okay, so half, this is our base, 0 to 10. Okay, that's from there to there, 0 to 10. So calculate this area is half of 10, okay, times the height, which is from 2 to 3. Okay, so that is 1. So you do this calculation, you get 5. Okay, so our consumer surplus is 5. Now, how about the producer surplus? Okay, let's add in a supply curve. Okay, so add in a supply curve right there. Now, so this consumer pays $20 for buying this 10 apples because it's 2 times 10, right? So this is the cost of consuming the apple. Or this is also the revenue to the supplier. Okay, so the region shaded in red is the revenue. Now you can ask yourself, how much does it really cost the producer to produce the 10 apples? The cost is the region of the supply curve under the supply curve. Okay, so this region that I have drawn with blue, let's shade that in with blue. This is the how much it actually costs to produce the 10 apples. Okay, so this is the cost of the 10 apples. Now, if you look at it, this is the revenue that the supplier receives is 2 times 10, 20. This is how much it costs. What is left over is the region shaded in red. Okay, and that region is our producer surplus. Okay, this is our producer surplus. You can think about the producer surplus as the excess of uh, how much the producer receives minus how much it actually costs to produce the good. Okay, so how do we calculate that? That also is a triangle, really. So this is our base here, 0 to 2, and then the height is 10. Okay, so we do the same calculation, half of 2 times 10. Okay, so what do we have? Sorry, this is 10. So your answer is 10. Okay. All right, so what is the total surplus? The total surplus is the sum of the consumer surplus and producer surplus. Okay, so consumer surplus plus producer surplus. We've already calculated each, so let's just add. So our total surplus is 15. Okay, so this is how you calculate consumer and producer surplus. Thank you for watching.